We've got some amazing wireless video monitoring solutions here at Scan for productions of all sizes and budgets. And we're taking a look now at the Teradek Serv Pro, and here to tell us more is Sebastian. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us all about this.
Right, the Serv Pro is a tool that Teredek have designed to convert a HDSCI or HDMI signal into a wireless feed that can be transmitted over Wi-Fi to the Teredek Viewer app.
Which we're going to talk about in just a moment, but how does it work?
So the Serv can either be used in access point mode, where it generates its own Wi-Fi network, and at that point it can take the signal from a single camera and transmit it to up to 4 clients. The other alternative is you could use the Serv in infrastructure mode. So you either create a independent Wi-Fi network for it to attach onto, you can connect 4 Servs to that network and then have up to 10 clients viewing each individual feed.
Fantastic. I mean, that is really cool. There's loads of scenarios already that I can think this would be fantastic for. Let's take a look at the app though, and we can show everybody how it actually works.
So the app is very, very straightforward to use. To start with, you hold down the input and it will show any devices that are connected onto that network. So at the moment we just have the one. So it's just a case of hitting tap, it will assign it to camera bank A.
Okay.
Click done there, and now that's your signal. The app also has a whole series of tools that you can potentially use. So just to give you an idea, we've got the option for histogram, waveform, vector scope, false color, peaking, and focus assist. Now, with all of these apps, you can hold down the button and it will open up a submenu. So let's say I wanted to change my focus assist color to blue.
Yep.
And make it a lot more intense. You've got that capability.
Okay. Oh, it's really easy to use as well, isn't it? I mean, everything is pretty simply laid out. You can see exactly where you would head to do different functions. We can obviously see here sort of like an infinite loop of your hand using the app. I can see there's a tiny little bit of latency there, isn't there? But it's nothing major.
That's it. Because it's converting the signal to be transmitted over Wi-Fi, you get about 3 to 4 frames of latency.
Okay.
But in most scenarios, it doesn't really matter too much.
Exactly.
If you had a costume designer or a makeup artist in another room viewing this feed, then they wouldn't notice it at all.
Exactly. Well, let's take a look at some of the other features and functions then.
So, one of my favourite functions is the ability to assign the same camera to different camera banks. So let's say I put that onto cameras A through to D. I can hit done there. Then I can have a split screen view. Now this is really cool if you want to put different looks onto the image. So let's say I wanted to get an idea of what this image will look like in black and white. Just hit the black and white.
Very
and that's
nice.
there. We've also got quad split as well. And this is where we can get really, really fun. And I can put, say, focus assist onto one of them, then go into there, put a full screen histogram and make it completely solid.
Amazing. I mean, like you say, this is where it starts to really come into its own, doesn't it? And the beauty of this is that this is not going to affect the camera output or what anybody else is seeing. So, for example, you know, the director wants to play around with shots, or you know, anybody involved in the production wants to do something a little bit different. It's going to help their role. It's not going to affect what's being shot.
That's it. And this is something that I do quite a lot. I really, really like using this to get a bit of a starting point for how my image is going to look in post later. So I can open up a color editor. Now let's say I want to give it a bit of a vintagey sepia type look. I can drag all of those sliders over.
Wow.
I can then open up that menu, do a little bit of a split screen, and this is all without affecting what anybody else is seeing.
Brilliant. So you can actually do sort of a little bit of post, if you like, on the go, can't you? You can be experimenting with different looks, and then you can send this to yourself, can you, so that you've got a reference point?
Exactly that.
Amazing.
You can use it as a starting point for your project.
Brilliant.
On the continuity side, and this is something that we've been asked for really regularly, is you've also got a frame grab and frame comparison option. So let's say I put my hand there. I can grab a still of that, move my hand away, hit frame compare.
Brilliant.
And for continuity, it just gives me a bit of a ghost to align up to.
That is so handy, isn't it? I think that's going to be a winner for a lot of people as well. Just having the ability to do that as you go is fantastic, isn't it? So a really nice app and really nicely laid out, very easy to use, isn't it? With very well thought through.
Definitely.
Well, listen, thank you very much for coming and telling us all about it. And if you want to get hold of your very own, you can do at scan.co.uk.